Well, the grass is officially dormant, so we decided to take the pigs a bale of hay to see if they'll eat it or just play with it. Either way, it's open and it's close to the goats, so we can give them hay off of it too. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what's the difference between dried hay and the dormant grass that's on the ground? And by the way, I'm not talking about the stuff that's green on the ground behind us. That's kind of just winter grass. It doesn't have the same nutrients as the Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is pretty digestible as grasses come. There should be about 10% protein in this bale, along with lots of fiber and other minerals that were in the grass. We just cut the grass in the prime of its life, pretty much in the spring and summer, and then dry it out a little bit to preserve it, because obviously if there were water in it, it would mold. And clearly we can't keep the grass alive this time of year. There's not the daylight hours in the wintertime, and it gets colder than the grass really likes, even though we've been in short-sleeved shirts lately. So far the pigs have kind of nibbled on it, but they're mostly just kind of throwing it around the bale. And obviously it makes a good scratchy post. There's been a lot of changes in pens with the pigs lately in preparation for baby pigs coming. One of the things we've done is put Hagrid and Neville together. They kind of have to fight it out each time they get back together, but they figure it out and they're fine. If you're new, we have 5 pigs due within a month of each other, starting January 5th, and honestly I think Jenny could go a little earlier. But we needed to make some more shelters, so we made either 4 or 5, I can't even remember now. The blueprints for this A-frame is on the Idaho Pasture Pig website under educational tools. If I remember, I'll link it down below if you need to know that information. The reason for having an A-frame is so that the sides aren't coming down to a 90-degree angle. Pigs are notorious for rolling over their babies. When they lay down on the ground, they just kind of have to plop. So if there's a baby behind them, this gives them an angle to be able to get out from underneath mom. And we did notice a mistake in the plans. That middle support piece is at a 49-degree angle at the top, not 41. I got this paint and it was like an exterior something super good paint, but it was cheaper and they didn't have it in the color we wanted, so I was like, I don't care. And it turned out like kind of purple, so it served well for the base coat, but then we put our red on top of that. Clearly they had to be checked by the goats. Even the does had come out and checked them out. The sheep tried them out and they approved, so the building inspectors have deemed them safe. I went in one of them and it was still a little windy, so we decided to put a back on them because our pigs aren't spoiled quite enough. So they look like little Toblerones. Is that how you say that? Them chocolate things. There it is. There's the paint, looking a little psychedelic. It hadn't been used for a while, so we had to stir for quite a while. And here they are in special place red. But because they weren't spoiled quite enough, we added a waterproof barrier on the tops so they wouldn't get wet. Of course, these are our piglets coming, so we want to make sure they're comfortable. We'll talk about central air later. Here they are, all waterproofed in, hopefully. Now we had to move these. They were probably somewhere around 100 pounds. We tried to put it in the truck. It wouldn't fit over the wheel wells. We can't go in sideways because then it wouldn't fit through the gate. We couldn't really use the tractor because we didn't want to break anything. We tried using the trailer and it still wouldn't fit in the gate. We got to fix that gate. But this worked. This is our little cart that holds like up to 1,100 pounds or something, and it hooks to the John Deere. Delivery from Mr. Bongo. There. Now at least everybody has one house. Some of them have two. We're going to split the pens into kind of sub pens when they farrow, so everybody has their own spot to have babies. The boys even have some, and Neville has a little half house, and so does Sirius. We've been trying to save this wheat straw for bedding for farrowing pigs, and the goats have been eating it, but we're finally taking it out here now that the goats have that other bale. This is the farrowing pen that we built. Gwen had her last set of babies in here. There's a calf hut on top of a concrete foundation, which makes it easier to get up out of the mud, because right now it's muddy, and while we were filming this it wasn't muddy. And here we are at the mesquite lease. I guess Crockett thought we were bringing him a new lady. This is where we keep the cows, not very far from the farm. Usually when we have the trailer hooked up, we're bringing him another lady. We sold our last Longhorn steer, and this was a couple days before he needed to go to the processor. They want him there between 8 and 9 in the morning. So we had to make sure that we were just set and ready to go as far as the trailer's concerned, because you always want to give extra time just in case they don't want to come that day or we couldn't find them. It is 180 acres. This is the backside, kind of the secondary catch pen to the corrals. And then you walk through this set of gates, and this is another catch pen area. You walk through here, and there's another catch pen area. You just kind of work them through. You can have them in bunches or separate them as you need to. And then this gate is going to go down the alleyway into the trailer. The cows know what a honking horn means, the sound of range cubes, or if they just see us, our cows know they're getting fed because they're spoiled. It was pretty easy to get everybody in there, get them fed, and then pull everybody but Houston out. Again, we give the best life we can to these cows, and then it ends very quickly. I usually give baking soda to the goats, and I noticed Hamish was just devouring it, so I gave him his own, and he was finishing like a whole bowl in 2 days. And baking soda just kind of helps with excess gas in ruminant animals. But I got him this mineral block just in case he was missing something that maybe the baking soda had in it, some kind of mineral. He's turning into a really good boy, but I hope that doesn't turn him into a butthole ram later. Also, in preparation for baby pigs, we're going to make sure we're topped up on propane and gas, and we had some gas that was pretty old. So we soaked all this extra wood that we needed to burn anyway in it, and that's why he's being careful to ignite it. It wasn't very windy until we started this fire, but it was under control and we had the water hose right there. The theme of our lives lately has been being prepared for these piglets. I am so excited. All 5 of these pigs they're about to give birth are first-time moms, so I will be there to help and watch and assist if I need to. And if you're new to this channel, we don't yet live here. I want to real bad, but we don't live here yet, so I'm staying in the trailer. I've done this before. The first time I did it was in 2021 when Texas went through a week of frozen, I actually saw real snow and not just slush. But we had no power, no water. We didn't even have insulation in the barn, so I was in there on a cot with a sleeping bag from the army. At least it was warm. Now I have running water and electricity and a trailer and heat. It'll be nice. So make sure you tune in to see all these baby piggies born. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and thank you so much for subscribing. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.